Hey y'all, it's Clay from Morgan's Rust Revival. Today we're going to be working on making a cab dolly for the 52. Here's the 52. I haven't got to show it to y'all yet. It's in rougher condition. I'll show you all as far as the old truck. It was a dump truck at one time. See the floor is pretty roached out, so try to get a cab dolly on it so that we can take it off of the frame and put it in the shop and kind of move it around. But that's going to be the project for today, is getting the cab dolly built so that whenever I get the chance to get this off the frame, I can. But everything up here, as far as the old truck, it's a very solid old truck. Just got for what I'm wanting it for, it's not going to be no show truck. I just want it to be pretty sturdy. I'm going to redo the floor in it, a few spots that need to be redone on the outside of it. But we'll do that together and try to figure out all that as we go and try to learn something. But I'm going to go over here to the shop and we'll start getting to cut some wood and getting everything built to set the cab off on. These right here are the wheels that we're going to end up using. They're good, nice, thick caster wheels. These are just straight wheels. So we got two straight wheels, and then we got two that's got the locks on them. So be able to kind of move it and lock it whenever we need to start welding on it, crawling in on it, and working on it. So I think that's going to be good. Let's move over here and we'll get some wood measured out and see what all we need and how big we're going to make it. So what we're going to start out first doing is I've got a 4x4 here, and I'm going to cut off 4 different legs for all 4 corners that the casters is going to be mounted to, and they're all going to be 2 foot each. I've got our 4x4 marked off in 2 foot sections, which will be the corner post on all 4 corners, and will have caster wheels on them. Now we're going to cut our 2x6, which is going to be the top rail on both sides. It's going to be 48 inches. And then on the bottom rail, we're going to cut this 2x4 at 48 inches for the front and the back, same as the 2x6s. And then I'm not for sure yet on the measurement, the distance apart, but we're going to make the side rails out of a 2x4 also. And I'll get them all marked and cut up, and then we'll start building it as we go. So with the sides, I ended up making them 42 inches. I'll have to go get another 2x4, but for the time being, I'm gonna go ahead and get everything cut. We just won't put the top ones on, but it'll give us an idea of what everything's gonna look like when we get everything wrapped up and done. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna make the corner post, and we're gonna mount the caster wheels all to the 4x4s now. What I'm gonna be using is these regular wood screws. I'm going to put a washer on the other side of them so that it won't slip through on the caster wheel. We'll put the first 2 in about halfway, just enough so that I know that I've got it centered up where it needs to be at. Looks pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten the screws down. Go ahead and get the other 2 screws in. And got the first one done. Let's go ahead and I'll cut to a time lapse so y'all don't have to be bored with watching me do the other 3. So now that I've got all the 4 caster wheels on, I'm going to go ahead and add the front rails to the wood, and we'll go ahead and start building them that way. I'm going to make sure that I use a locking one and a not locking one so I can have it on both ends of the dolly. So the 2 before is going to be at the bottom. So that's the bottom rail. I'm gonna get the 2x6 and we'll put it at the top. So now we got one side done. I'll go ahead and put the other side together, and then we'll put the 2 side rails on it. So now I've got both sides built. I'm going to go ahead and attach them across and get to looking pretty good. You can see I've got it all framed in. I'll have to get I'm gonna get another 2x4 to do this top one, and after I mess with it a little bit and we put the cab on it, we may see if we need to add some support in different places, but until then we'll see how it goes. Another reason I built it this way, I looked at a bunch of different things, of ideas and videos of people building these, and the frames that I'm going to put under the cab, I'm going to have to adjust where the cab mounts are when I redo the floor. So I wanted to build it at least this wide so that I can change the width of the frame rails varying on which frame I end up going with. I'm looking at a 3500 single cab dually frame. From the little bit of research I've been able to do on them, they're looking under the cab, they're about 34 inches. So varying on that, once I get it here and I can actually measure it and see exactly what I need to make it, I'm going to wait until then to actually put maybe another piece of wood or like a piece of metal to go across, to actually, once I get the frame or get the floor done in the truck, so I can mimic the frame rails and make sure everything lines up and everything's square the way that I like it. But that's the cab dolly that we got done so far. So it's getting a little late in the evening. I've got the dolly together like you all seen. I'm going to add another piece of wood on the top to kind of make it a little more structurally sound, and maybe some bracing later on. I'm very pleased with the way it turned out. The wheels come off of an oak cabinet, so really have no real money into it. It was some extra scrap wood I had laying around here at the shop. So we'll get the cab off eventually, set it on the dolly so we can roll it around the shop, work with it as we need to, because I stay pretty busy. I don't have a whole lot of time to work on it. I have a day job. So when I get time, I do love to come down here and work, but family comes first and my real job. But I really enjoy making these videos. I'm gonna continue to keep making them. As you can see, it's getting a little bit laid out. I'm gonna close the shop up for the night, and I'll catch you all another day. Hey y'all, it's Clay from Morgan's Rust Revival. Today we're gonna try to get the 52 over a little closer to the shop so we can start trying to take the cab off. I don't know how stubborn it's gonna be till we really get in there. I've got the tractor down here. I'm gonna try to pull it over there out of the way. I'll set y'all up and we'll have a time lapse of trying to get it over there. Hopefully it's a little bit wet out, so hopefully I don't sink up too bad trying to move it. So we've got the 52 over here closer to the shop, that we'll be able to work on it now. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the 2x4s to finish up the cab dolly, and then we'll dive into trying to see how we're gonna get the front clip off and everything on the truck. So we got the cart done. I put the top 2 rails on both sides. It turned out really well. I'm very pleased with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and set you all up. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get both of the doors off the cab. They're pretty heavy, but we'll go ahead and get them off, and then we'll start working on the front end, trying to figure out how to get the front fenders off. So I got the first door off, but it started to rain. I'm gonna try to keep y'all back here out of the dry so I don't get my phone wet, and see what else we can get off of it. As y'all can see, the good Lord had a little bit of a different plan. It started raining, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I'm gonna try to take the doors apart. I'm gonna take the mirrors off of them while we're sitting here and try to get them apart, and set the doors back out of the way. So I got the mirrors off of both of the front doors. I know y'all are probably wondering why I'm using every other tool besides the right one. I've yet to get everything moved down, and I'm using kind of what was already here. So I have brought some of my bigger tools down here, but as far as, I can't find a hammer. So I've used everything besides a hammer. But I'm gonna get these put back there in the back for the time being, and go from there. So it's quit raining. I'll set y'all out there, and we're gonna try to see if we can get the fenders off. They're pretty roached up down under there, so they may be more cutting than they are unbolting. So it's ended up being a little bit aggravating than what I thought. I've got the fender loose from the cab. I've got the upper part of the fender that attaches still. Got to get it loose. But I'm gonna take a little break for a little bit. Don't know if I'll be back down this evening. If not, I'll come back down tomorrow and maybe piddle on it some more tomorrow. Hey y'all, it's Clay from Morgan's Rust Revival. This is the third day on this video. I'm gonna try a little more on trying to get the cab off of it. I don't know how far we'll get today. I've only got a little bit of time to work down here this morning, so we'll go ahead and try to jump onto it and see how much we can get done. Well, we've got the driver's side loose, So I'm gonna move over to the passenger side and see what all we can get loose on that side. I've got both of the front fenders loose. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna measure the door frames, just so we'll have something to go back on and look once we get it off of the frame and start welding the floor. I'm gonna try to maybe do some cross bracing in it, just for the fact that it's so unsturdy in the bottom. But I'll measure it out and we'll see how everything is. So at the bottom of the door jamb is 32 and a half. From the back to the inner part of the door is 43 and a quarter. The front side to the bend to the top of the right before the window trim starts is 28 and 3/4. Then the distance here inside the door is going to be 32 and a half. So I'll try to get some stuff more cut out and get ready to put some other maybe some rebar in it. Not for sure right now, but if not, I'm just gonna pull it off and then we'll try to square it up once we get it off. So I've got all the bolts cut out on the cab and the steering linkage cut out. So I'm gonna go get a big strap and move the truck, and we'll try to pick the cab straight up and come in here and set it on top of the dolly so we can move it around. I ended up cutting the running boards off of it while I had the torches out, but that's gonna be a wrap on today's video. Next week, hopefully, next week we'll have a video. The week after that, I'm gonna be going on vacation, but we're gonna try to go ahead and get the electric in the upcoming videos, and or at least try to. I don't know how well that's gonna go, but I'm pleased with what we've got done in this video, at least. This is something I've been trying to do for a pretty good while, but really didn't have the shop ready, and there was other things that come up that I didn't get a chance to get the cab off so I could actually eventually work on it. But I'm gonna go ahead and clean everything up, and that'll be a wrap on the video today. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and hopefully there'll be more content kind of along the lines of the old truck and the school bus here in the upcoming videos. But the channel is really not solely based on that. More of just me doing my normal life and the different things that I do down here at the shop. I mean, I have many different ideas for different things that I'm going to do down here once we get it fixed up. But that's kind of the whole reason for doing it. But I hope you all enjoy that type of stuff. But that'll be a wrap on the video today. Remember to always keep God the center of your life.